Buffs are on to the Sweet 16 after the victory over the Duke Blue Devils down in North Carolina, back in the Stampede. There's the shower, by the way, that J.R. Payne took. Great celebration afterward. Voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson, Shelley, Sheetz from the CU women's basketball staff. That video's never going to get old, is it?
Never. Never gets old when a coach gets doused with some ice-cold water.
You know, you've been in that situation as a player. You've done it as a coach now.
Yeah.
Is there a different feeling?
The feeling never gets old.
Right.
Different, I don't know. Supposedly the video shows that I'm running around like a crazy person.
Right, you were, yeah.
So excited. And you can talk to the players and coaches about what that feeling is like,
right.
You know, because I had it as a player. But I tell you what, the euphoria and everything kind of coming to fruition of that, you know, heading to the Sweet 16,
yeah.
you can't tell people and describe it. It was just so awesome to have that experience for the players and the coaches.
I just wonder, when you're a great player, at Shelley, as we well know, certainly was, you got control of that. When you're sitting at the bench,
sure,
you don't really have control of it, right?
No, you do not.
Yeah.
And but it was so exciting to see the players and the coaches and just have that feeling, you know, and do it on Duke's home floor was even better and sweeter for that. But to go to the Sweet 16 was pretty incredible.
I thought that game in particular, and again, I'm at home, you know, watching that. My wife doesn't care about basketball, but she's watching it. I mean, she's sitting there going crazy like everybody else was. It really showed the character and kind of the toughness of that team. Because at one point late in the regulation, I thought, well, Colorado's not going to win.
Sure.
Jalen Sherrod made a couple of big plays. Overtime, all Buffs in that one, 11-3.
Oh, we had a lot of adversity in that game. I mean, you think about it, when we came out roaring and got a quick lead on them, and a good team like Duke's going to come back, and we knew that. But we had some foul situations happening in that game, and you know, and situations where they send it to overtime, and we had to have a huge stop. Tayana Jones had a huge, you know, rebound for us to get to the overtime. But, you know, things happen, and that's the madness of March.
The Buffs then move on to the Sweet 16 in Seattle against a very good Iowa team. They end up falling. We're going to talk more about that game, but let's hear some comments from J.R. Payne after the Buffs were eliminated from the NCAA tournament. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment made to chill. Celebrate responsibly.
I told the team just how unbelievably proud of them that we are. And then also just how proud Buff Nation is of this team. You know, there's a lot of people that are re-energized about our program and the way that these guys play, and just unbelievably proud of, you know, of what they represent on and off the floor. And that's really special. That's more than basketball. You know, the way that these guys carry themselves. And so hopefully these guys will have a lot of time off to rest and recover, and at some point really reflect on the incredible things that we accomplished, you know, when no one believed we were capable of really anything that we accomplished. A lot to be proud of. I am so proud. I love my team so much. You guys see the basketball, you know, you see the tenacity and the toughness and the fearlessness. I see young women that celebrate each other in their hardest moments. I absolutely love our team. I love what the young women in our program are about. And I just couldn't be more proud, you know, to be the head coach at the University of Colorado.
That's head coach J.R. Payne after the Buffaloes got beat by Iowa then in the NCAA tournament. Continuing with Shelley Sheetz here on the Buffalo Stampede. That game against Iowa, again, very high-level college basketball game, wasn't it?
Huge, you know, on that stage, you know, in March Madness, Sweet 16, it's the biggest stage, you know, besides getting to the Final Four, and really proud of our squad. You know, we came up short, and it's the madness of March. I mean, you only get one opportunity, 140 minutes to play that game, and it didn't go our way. You know, we had some foul trouble, but really proud of the resilience and the toughness that our team showed. Yeah,
it really did become a game of attrition, almost down the stretch, and you kind of ran out of time on that one.
We ran out of time.
Yeah.
You know, and we had some foul trouble, you know, with Jay fouling out, Frida fouling out. You know, Weta was in foul trouble. And we had our, you know, those two guards on the bench in the second quarter. I don't think Jay even played the second quarter. And, you know, that's the madness of March. You know, as much as we were looking forward to that Iowa matchup, you only get 40 minutes to play that game. And would we want that 40 minutes back? Absolutely. To get one more shot at Iowa? Heck yeah.
The bulk of this team comes back, by the way. We'll talk about that in a moment. But every team is unique, right? Every season. What's your postscript as you look at this group?
You know, we talked about this in August, you know, and it was going to be, you know, we had all the pieces of the puzzle. We had great guard play, we had some shooters, we had some inside game. The biggest thing was going to be our mentality, and we had some speed bumps along the way to learn. And, you know, to get to the Sweet 16, It was pretty sweet. Pretty sweet, but I tell you what, this needs to be the standard of what our program's about now.
Well, and like I said, virtually everybody's. I think Tay's the only one not coming back, correct? Is that it?
Tay cannot come back. She has exhausted her eligibility.
Everybody else could come back.
Everybody else could come back.
You've got that, so that just raises the expectations, I would think, and that may be happening outside the program, but internally, I know that you guys are raising expectations.
Absolutely. You know, the bar's been raised. You know, and what Coach, J.R. Payne has done in her 7 years here, and this is the standard now, and so we, come our way. Let's go, Buffs.
So now that it's over, do you catch your breath and have a little sigh, or do you want to keep going? Or?
Oh, I keep going every day. I mean, that's kind of how we're wired. But absolutely, you got to catch your breath and kind of, refocus and generate some more energy. But yeah, we're kind of moving on to the spring.
All right, Shelley Sheetz, now the CU basketball staff for the CU women. What a campaign it was for J.R. Payne and company. We'll take a time out. Speaking of great campaigns, we're going to talk skiing. Jana Weinberger is going to join us next here on the Stampede.